Good day to you and welcome to Sustainable Health and Wellbeing, driving ESG impact through engagement. So today on the agenda is meet your presenter and discover 5 transformative step framework that is critical to human engagement to drive ESG impacts and initiatives. And I'll also share with you a proven case study that we've recently completed on. And let's work through an example together of these frameworks and how to use them to energize and drive sustainable change through human-centric optimization for your ESG programs and initiatives. So, my name is Sian Young, and let me share a little bit about my journey and the roots of the methodology behind the 5 steps. And today, I want to share that it started from being a sustainable lifestyle consultant. I ran a fitness studio for 7 years. I had actually overcome 7 years of homelessness and was bedridden with malnourishment and mental health illness. So this is where this methodology's roots began, were in the recovery of a human body from bedridden to multi-award winning entrepreneur and fitness studio owner. After being hospitalized with exhaustion, as I said, like coming up from being homeless, recovering my body, and then raising an award-winning studio, everything in my business started to fall apart because I just couldn't be present. I couldn't drive anything in my business. I had no energy or engagement, basically. But I'm also a pioneer, and I knew that I better start thinking about a better way. And so that's when I trained as a health coach, because I knew without our health and well-being, we have no engagement and we have nothing really. So after training as a health coach and implementing strategies, my business went from strength to strength. I ended up having 5,000 female students in my studio. And as I said, I won multiple awards and also published a book. And then I went on to meet Dr. James, Dr. Llewellyn James, who is the co-creator of the Center for Sustainable Action and SDG Assessment app with me. And he had published 2 research books on sustainability in small to medium business. And these books are on Routledge and Wiley. And in the first book that was published on Wiley, there was a model called the Sustainable Strategic Growth Model, which I will share with you as well. And after reading this research and looking at the case studies behind the model, I realized that my health recovery had also been done in the same steps and with the same secular nature that I'm going to share with you with the sustainable health and well-being model. So I extrapolated from his research and my life research and training the sustainable health and well-being model, which I'll be introducing you today. And then it became apparent to me that the MEB formula is the change essence that runs through combining these 2 models together. So I started to test it. I first tested it at Turning Tides in West Sussex, which is a homeless charity. And then the case study I'm showing with you today is SafeSite, which is a construction company. And this case study was concluded today. Not today. It was concluded this year. So it's a very recent case study. I've also worked with the American Society for Quality, doing research for our center. Nova SBE Haddad, which is a leading entrepreneurship university in Lisbon, ISADA University in Barcelona. And we've recently been bringing this knowledge and collaborate to our collaborations in Taiwan and Trinidad and Tobago. So we're really bringing this model to the world. And we've had such interesting outcomes and findings, which I will share with you today. And the Center for Sustainable Action is a cooperative. We built the Center for Sustainable Action because we wanted to empower small business owners to grow profitably with zero negative environmental impact through innovation and research-driven programs such as the MEB formula that I'm going to share with you today, and using our SDG assessment app for verification of these actions. And this helps businesses boost efficiency, cut costs, and increase brand loyalty, as one of our customers had a 300% increase in funding within 8 months of using our program and using the app cycle. So that's us. So now I'm going to share with you the Sustainable Health and Wellbeing model.
The Sustainable Health and Wellbeing SHAW model provides a structured approach for organizations to improve wellness by following 5 key steps: learn, develop, implement, optimize, and sustain. Each step is influenced by 3 critical elements: the mind, environment, and body, which work together to maximize effectiveness. Step 1, learn. Start by gathering data to understand the pain points and challenges within your organization. Focus on the mind of your people, how leadership and employees think about wellness. Are there mindset barriers? Assess whether the environment supports or hinders wellness, and understand how the current body or workforce functions within this system. This analysis lays the foundation for strategic change. The cultural challenge represents the norms and values that are either nurtured or assimilated, which manifest itself in the public sphere as societal norms within. Businesses as the organizational culture. Step 2, develop. Next, develop your wellness strategy. This step is driven by the philosophical and ethical values of your organization. Align the mind, the belief system of the leadership, with the wellness goals. Make sure the environment is ready for change, creating a space that nurtures healthy habits. The body, representing the workforce, must be engaged and ready to embrace these strategies. This alignment ensures that your wellness plan is holistic and well-founded. The philosophical challenge represents the ethical framework within which humans justify sustainable action or inaction. Step 3, implement. Now it's time to put your strategy into action. Implement wellness initiatives that reflect the organization's vision, ensuring that the mind, environment, and body are aligned with the goals. During this phase, ensure that the workplace culture supports the integration of these new practices. Keep communication open to monitor progress and tackle any challenges that arise. The strategic challenge is an holistic expression of organizational goals that simulate philosophical cultural values, contributing sustainable outcomes for the business entity and society within the profiling economic context. Step 4, optimize. After implementation, assess the effectiveness of the strategy. Listen for feedback from employees, the mind. Check if the environment continues to foster wellness, and observe how the body, the workforce, is adapting. Use this insight to refine and improve your strategy, ensuring it fits your organization's evolving needs. Step 5, sustain. Finally, celebrate your successes. Acknowledge both individual and organizational achievements, reinforcing the importance of wellness. By maintaining a focus on the mind, environment, and body, you can sustain these benefits over time. You workforces. Physical body will enjoy wellness improvements as a natural byproduct of this approach. This is when you've reached your present wellness benefit. You can look at what is the next future wellness initiative. And by following this cyclical model, you create a continuous loop of improvement, leading to a healthier, more sustainable workplace for all.
So that is the Sustainable Health and Wellbeing model. And then here is the Sustainable Strategic Growth model. Now, the Sustainable Health and Wellbeing model, as I mentioned, was derived from this model. And the model aligns with the high-level frameworks of ISO management systems, consisting of context of the organization, leadership, plan, operation, performance, evaluation, and improvement. So now I'm going to share with you our case study. This case study is with Safe Site Facilities, a construction company in West Sussex, and our Sustainable Health and Wellbeing program is called MEB Formula Program. So, sustainable innovation outcomes can help organizations achieve quality of life, quality of growth, and quality of relationships. Now, using this lens, Safe Site Facilities, who has 80 employees over 5 sites, they had quality of life concerns, and they wanted to encompass the creation of management systems that value human endeavors, preventing environmental damage and biodiversity loss. However, Efforts to achieve optimal performance are stymied by increasing rates of absenteeism, sickness, and ill health. This necessitates rethinking resource use, global megaforces, thinking about global megaforces, and employee satisfaction, where jobless growth may be the norm rather than the exception. So improving performance will require building the quality of relationships internally and externally to the organization. Safe Site Facilities is a proud recipient of British Safety Council Thrive funding and collaborated with Centre for Sustainable Action to deliver the Sustainable Health and Wellbeing MEB Formula Programme. An element of the programme involved creating action on sustainability by benchmarking carbon footprint report and emerging tendering requirement within the construction industry. So this is a wheel of life. This is a tool we use within the MEB Formula program. And the wheel of life is an evaluation tool used in life coaching to provide insight into different aspects of a person's life and well-being. It offers a snapshot of the current life satisfaction across different domains, and the visual nature of the tool allows for a quick identification of imbalances. And it's good to help clients identify priority areas for improvement, and also feeds back well into goal setting exercises. And it really shows a snapshot of achievements with these two examples, after only 3 months of the MEB Formula program, you can visually see the expansion and creation of a more balance in the participants in their different life domains. Now, one participant lost 1 stone in weight, reduced the alcohol intake, and now is engaging in further education to develop their expertise as an engineer. One participant has transformed their diet, sought after other health interventions, and is feeling more engaged in their work and is more present and has better self-care, which is showing up in her work. And this was from a mere 3 months of the MEB Formula program. Now, this is our SDG assessment. Now, SDG assessment is a sustainability and ESG reporting platform that supports organizations with aligning their strategy to achieve UN SDGs. The approach utilizes a double materiality approach that considers both sustainability impacts and financial impacts with a balanced view of risk, both opportunities and threats, and business core values, and the evaluation of sustainability issues that may not be known or fully understood. Now, Safe Site Facilities, along with the MEB Formula program, first we engage and we create well-being and momentum, and then we start focusing on sustainability reporting, is how we've done it in Safe Site. Now, they selected SDG 13, climate action, and they completed their baseline assessment, their carbon footprint report, and chose to focus on SDG number 3, good health and well-being, and the implementation of sustainable health and well-being strategy with 3 main objectives: promoting a well-being culture, developing a well-being mindset, and using well-being initiatives to triple the bottom line. Now, Safe Site Facilities' baseline carbon footprint report complies with both greenhouse gas protocol and UK requirements for measurement. And as you can see, their fuel use in both petrol and diesel accounts for over 96% of their carbon emissions, and electricity consumption accounts for only 3%. Now, let's do a little exercise as I walk you through how as you can see up here, the Sustainable Strategic Growth Model seamlessly marries up with the Sustainable Health and Wellbeing Model, and how the MEB formula, the mind, environment, body, flows through the models combined together. And it means there's only one model that you're operating, but you're looking at from different aspects. Well, it's two models, but one approach. Okay, so we're going to use as an example high energy. So you choose an area of your business that you want to work on. And so we've chose high energy consumption as a major sustainability issue. So we're going to start at step 1 up here. So we choose an area of the business, high energy consumption, and then we're going to conduct comprehensive energy audit across all facilities. We're going to analyze energy consumption patterns and identify major sources of waste, and then benchmark against industry standards and best practice. Now, you've got to think of the cultural challenges that you're going to come up against. And so resistance to change, to existing practices and energy use, like data storage practices, participation that sustainability initiatives are separate from core business functions, short-term profit focus culture v long-term sustainability thinking, and lack of leadership buy-in or a visible commitment to carbon reduction. And then we're going to move down to the mind. And we're going to assess the organizational's mindset and awareness of energy consumption issues and survey employees to understand their attitudes towards sustainability, and then identify potential resistance points, like cultural considerations here could be limited awareness and understanding of the link between even data manage and carbon footprint and your energy use and carbon footprint. Skepticism about the impact and actions of the overall sustainability goals, whether what they're doing will even make an impact. Perceptions that sustainability is solely the responsibility of the sustainability lead and dedicated team or department, and resistance to learning new technologies or processes for reducing energy. And then we're going to look at the environment here, that your organizational environment, and evaluate the current workplace setup. Like, is it set up to impact your energy use? And also assess the availability of energy efficient technologies, review existing policies and procedures related to energy management. And some of the cultural considerations here when learning about the environmental aspect of what you're about to do is a physical office setup. Does it support energy efficient practices? Lack of visual cues or reminders about sustainable data management? Is there an absence of collaborative spaces for people to share ideas and best practice? Does your IT infrastructure prioritize energy efficiency? And so with the body now here, we're going to identify key stakeholders. Like, do you have potential energy champions within the organization? And gauge employee wellness in relation to energy use, i.e. comfort levels affecting energy use. Employee well-being, if someone is unwell, then they often need more heating because they're unable to produce their own body heat as efficiently. If someone is stressed, their shoulders can be high, they can get neck pains, and thus they don't want drafts or fresh air. And how do the humans in your business affect the energy and environmental policies you're bringing into place? So some of the cultural challenges to consider here with the body is lack of incentives or recognition for adopting sustainability practices or your initiatives. Workload concerns. I mean, does the organization prioritize speed over the efficiency of data handling, for instance, or doing jobs like closing the doors or switching off lights? And I know of a story where an organization implemented sensors to switch off lights, but the humans in the business got fed up of even just moving their arm to move the sensors. So they used to get up and put a napkin over the sensor so the lights never turned off. So you can implement the most fancy, amazing initiatives, but if you haven't addressed this human element, a lot of them are not going to work. So you need to look at the absence of sustainability champions, and also look at, is there limited cross-functional team collaboration on sustainability initiatives? So when you address and you learn about what challenges that you are likely to overcome, and you address these not only technological challenges, but you look at the holistic approach of the whole business and including your human assets, then you can start to build change. So we're going to move over now to develop. So now you've started your to develop your plan to achieve your goal. Now you're going to have to think about the philosophical challenges that may occur, but also remember you're going to go to the sustain and celebrate point. So you need to build the plan in for the sustain point here as well. And then develop and set clear, measurable energy reduction targets aligned with the overall business goals. Develop comprehensive energy management plan with specific initiatives, and allocate resources and budget for this initiative, including the well-being aspect. And then you move to the mind, environment, body of the organization. So create internal communication strategies to build awareness, enthusiasm, design training programs to address knowledge gaps and foster sustainability in the mindset, sustainable mindsets, and develop change management plan to address potential resistance. Then you're looking at the environment. Now, if you can plan the physical workspace modifications to support the energy conservation, and to select appropriate energy efficiency technologies and tools, and then draft new policies and procedures, and then develop wellness programs that align with the energy reduction goals, such as promoting stair use and elevators, as mentioned, but also that link between ill health and feeling cold, and the link between the human taking some of these learnings that they get from this initiative home to save their own energy bill. Okay, and design collaborative spaces for your body of your organization to share ideas and best practice. Now, here's some of the key philosophical challenges an organization is likely to encounter is the balancing short-term v long-term interests. Organizations might struggle to justify actions that have short-term costs but long-term benefits. And a way to overcome that with the MEB formula program is, as you saw in the Wheel of Life example, the MEB formula brings quick results to the body, the human in your workforce, that empowers your workforce to do the work that creates the long-term sustainable initiative results. Okay, so, and also addressing the intergenerational equity, that addresses the intergenerational equity, because you're getting the short-term results for the person now, because the intergenerational equity is the thought that I might do this now and it might never be something I benefit from, right? And we know people need to get what they need to get, right? And so to support the body of your workforce in adopting and amplifying sustainable and ESG initiatives, then wins that they're going to get from the well-being aspect of it translate very fast into that addressing the intergenerational equity. And then we're going to move over to implement. So now it's time, as they say, where the rubber hits the road, and you roll out your energy saving initiatives according to your developed plan, or your ESG initiatives, whatever it is that you are wanting to bring into your organization. Remember, learn, develop before implementation. And then you install the monitors and systems and smart meters that you've developed in your plan, and implement new management policies. Now, and then we're going down to the mind of the implementation. So you're launching that internal communication now and campaigns to build excitement and engagement. You're conducting training sessions on energy conservation and the relation to the human, and building in the wins that the human in your organization can get when they take that knowledge as well home into their own home environment, how they can save energy, and what new technologies that are being brought forward, and then addressing any concerns and resistance through open dialogue and education. And then you are looking here at the environment and making physical changes in the workplace. Now you're installing them LEDs and then smart sensors and smart meters, and you're also installing in your workforce the desire to move and change. And so that they're not going to stick the hanky on top of the sensor. And then you're introducing new energy efficient equipment and technologies. And then you need to get them visual cues and reminders within your organization so that this behavior becomes embedded as normal. And then for the body, you're going to launch them wellness initiatives along with here that complement the energy reduction efforts and activate them energy champions, them sustainability champions, so that they can lead by example and motivate peers and encourage active participants in their energy saving activities through team challenges or with competitors or competition, sorry. And then strategic challenge here would be the cultural value reinforcement. Now, recognizing that humans need, Pablo's dog, humans need reinforcement and recognition. And the more we celebrate and recognize their contribution and using data to show them just how much, the more in buy-in that you get. And then you foster a culture of continuous improvement, not only in the energy efficiency and your sustainability initiative, but in the own energy of the organization, engagement in the organization. So this approach is brilliant because it sandwiches the MEB formula in between two research-based models that create sustainable initiatives alongside human engagement. So then we're going to move to optimize. So this is where you now analyze all the data from the energy monitoring systems to identify further improvements, conduct cost benefit analysis and implemented measures, and adjust your targets and strategies based on these initial results. And then going back to your organization, you gather feedback on the change process and address any lingering concerns, identify and share success stories to reinforce positive behavior, and refine communications and training approached based on this feedback. The MEB formula program is very reactive to what is needed. We listen, then develop, implement, we follow the model, right? And so that allows us to hear what is being said and build that into the training to maximize the engagement. And then in the workplace, you finely tune the workplace modifications based on the usage patterns and feedback, and assess the effectiveness of the new technologies and make necessary adjustments, and then review and update policies and procedures as needed. So then we're going into the body here. So now you evaluate the impact of wellness initiatives on the energy reduction and employee satisfaction, and adjust the recognition and reward system to maximize that motivation and address any unintended consequences on workload or productivity levels. And then a strategic challenge here, which we overcome in the MED formula program by using SDG assessment app, is developing that comprehensive verification and data to show your carbon footprint. So you can measure your carbon footprint using the app and state your goal put the budget to your goal, and then as you move through the goal, you can again take that carbon footprint and see the impact that that outcome has been having, and then you can optimize as we are in this step here, and you can keep on monitoring that success. So then we move to sustain. So you now integrate that energy performance into regular business reporting and decision-making processes. You establish long-term energy management goals and roadmaps, and allocate ongoing resources to continue improvement of energy efficiency, if that's the project that you've chosen. And then again, now we're coming back to the mind. You would have embedded energy consciousness into the organizational culture, and through consistent messaging, leadership example, and develop long-term education plans to maintain and enhance energy management skills, and create a system for ongoing idea generation and innovation around the energy conservation aspect, or the initiative that you're implementing using the model. And then the environment. So implement a schedule for regular updates to the energy efficient technology and practices, so that you can share that with your body, your organization. Establish a system of continually monitoring and optimizing the work environment, and ensure energy management is considered in all future-based decisions and expansions. And then moving into, and especially if you are building new buildings, you can implement this within the structure of that building. So then body. So you integrate into the body of your workforce energies and energy saving behaviors and wellness behaviors and initiatives. You build it into the onboarding and development programs. Establish a permanent cross-functional team responsible for driving ongoing energy and sustainability efforts, and regularly celebrate achievements and recognize contributions to the momentum and the engagement. Now, the strategic challenge you could come across here is maintaining that open dialogue with stakeholders about your organization's sustainability data management efforts and energy management efforts, and seek input and feedback to ensure alignment with evolving societal expectations and technology. And so the MEB formula program supports this with using SDG assessment app as a verification and monitoring tool. This comprehensive method aligns with several sustainable development goals. So we have affordable and clean energy, industrial innovation and infrastructure, and you'll identify these by doing the assessment process. SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, of course, good health and well-being, decent work and economic growth, and partnerships for the goals. And you'll have lots of partnerships when building these initiatives. So that is the exercise for today. And I'd just like to leave you with the thought of book a call. You can scan that QR code. You can transform your sustainability initiatives from aspirations into action, from fragmented and lack of buy-in into cohesive body of an organization moving towards that goal, which will create real impact. It does reduce costs and outgoings, and also increases productivity within the business. So book a call so that you can have a chat with us, see how we can help your organization discover the MEB formula and how it can drive your ESG impacts. And I'm just going to play out the video to introduce the Center for Sustainable Action to you.
Welcome to the Center for Sustainable Action. We are a membership-based cooperative dedicated to empowering SMEs and entrepreneurs. Our mission is clear: to support sustainable best practices through research-driven training in sustainable health and well-being and sustainable business strategy. We also provide digital sustainability ESG and SDG reporting and verification.
Our mission is the implementation of sustainable best practices by individuals, entrepreneurs, and small businesses. We envision a world where sustainable actions are normalized for businesses and organizations. This involves integrating best practice sustainable health and well-being techniques with strategic planning to achieve sustainable development outcomes for society.
At the heart of our cooperative are our core values. Integrity, we uphold the highest ethical standards in all our actions. Equality, we believe in equal opportunities for everyone. Compassion, we are dedicated to supporting the well-being of all our members. Research-driven, our strategies are grounded in thorough research and analysis, and we promote knowledge exchange and best practice. Intergenerational equity, we strive for fairness across all generations. Respect, we value and respect every individual and their contributions.
Our aim is to support the well-being of entrepreneurs and business leaders, helping them achieve both profitability and social purpose. We focus on developing products and services that are inherently sustainable. To realize our vision, we are guided by 5 key research-backed principles: learn, develop, implement, optimize, sustain. To learn more about our membership, come and visit us at www.sustainableaction.net, where together we create a sustainable future for all.
And thank you very much.